Welcome to the Success Pick and Mix podcast with me, Nikki Raby. I began this podcast in 2018 and I've produced over 400 episodes with an emphasis on dreaming and doing. But I know there is so much more to building a business and life that you love. It's definitely a work in progress. For the last 25 years, I've built a portfolio career as an actor, personal branding coach, writer, speaker, and podcaster. I love my pick and mix and curating my personal brand. I want to support you to create success on your terms. I've helped over 1,000 people to build a personal brand, and yes, I will be sharing with you business strategies around planning, packaging, presenting, and propelling your personal brand. But there is so much more to my work than that. I'm not interested in formulas, templates, or sleazy pants sales techniques. You know the ones. Instead, how would it feel to do things your way that align with your personality, circumstances, and goals? I'm going to be sharing conversations with some of my favorite people who are creating success on their terms to provide inspiration and encouragement. Also, there will be mini episodes where I take you behind the scenes, sharing how-tos, my coaching toolkit, chats about mindset, money, building momentum, and all through storytelling. After all, my clients have been known to call me the Queen of Analogies. So, thank you in advance for spending some time with me. Feel free to subscribe to be notified of the next episodes and follow across social media at Nikki Raby. You can catch up on previous episodes via my website, nikkiRaby.com, and also pick and mix, if you like, from my freebie shop. Right, let's crack on and start today's episode. Hello, it's Nikki. So today is part 3 of this little series, and I want to share a few things that you might want to consider when you're thinking about your pricing and your packaging and how you're bringing value to the world. Because remember, and I know that you know this, but it's always good to have that reminder of the importance of doing things your way, in a way that feels really good. It's almost when you wear that outfit that feels like you put on a jacket or you put a dress on or whatever it is that floats your boat, and suddenly you just feel like you. I've got one particular dress that I bought for a wedding maybe, 12 years ago or something, and I still wear it all the time. It's like a peacock blue, and it's just amazing. And every time I put it on, even though sometimes I've squeezed myself into it after having babies, it just feels really nice. I absolutely love it. And this is what I want to talk about today, is being personal. And I always think about this in terms of my pricing and packaging, because being personal is one of my values. I want people to have that sense of being heard, of having a connection, of being engaged, of not feeling like it could just be done by anybody. Like, if people like my stuff, if people like this podcast, I want people, and I always just, feel so honored when people say, no, it's you I want to work with. No, I feel like you're going to be the right person for me. That to me is just the loveliest thing. But I'm always like that, I guess, as an actor as well, that when you're an actor on first day of rehearsals or on set, you really have to be that person who gets stuck in immediately, who introduces yourself, who you know people's names, because that's how you find stuff out. Like, you have to find out what somebody's name is, where you sort of can say, oh, where's the catering truck? Or do you know where the post office is? Or what time do you lock up this bit of the building? Like, that kind of information is really, really valuable. And so I want you to ask yourself, how personal can you be, and how can you show up in a way that feels really good, based on the timing that you have available, but based on what you offer. So I could, of course, say, right, I'm only going to do VIP days, and every single day I'm going to be in town, and I could do 5 of them a week. But actually, for me, that's too many. And I would prefer to do 1 or 2 maybe per week, and the rest spread my personalization, I guess, across other factors. Also, I have to include ways of generating those leads. So things like this podcast or content that I put on social media or my newsletter list, for example. Those things, if I want them to come from me, now, of course, I could outsource all of that copywriting, but it just wouldn't be the same. And actually, it's the videos and the podcasts that really work, that people really respond to. So I have to make sure that I incorporate all of that information into my pricing and packaging model, but also thinking about how I use my time too. I also never want to get to a point where I'm absolutely cream crackered and I can't do anything or be anything to anybody else, and I just feel really burnt out, because when I do, that is not useful. I don't know if you've been there, but it is not a pretty place to be. That is for sure. Okay, we're now going to move on to that sense of being in the mix. And what I mean by this is making sure I've got enough time and space and resources and clarity and inclination to do the things that I need to do to be the best business owner. And those things for me are about exercise. They're about eating good organic food. It's about having rest and relaxation. It's about having a great mattress. It's about taking care of myself. It's about having the budget to buy things if I need a new outfit for a speaking gig. So the work with my clients is about them knowing that I am in the mix too, that I am doing that too. I am implementing each and every day. And if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you will have seen and witnessed and heard those big leaps that I've made, even though I've been petrified, even though I haven't known what to do next, but I've known that it's the right decision. So growing my personal brand is constantly evolving. Therefore, the strategies, techniques, information I share is fresh, current, discerning, engaging, and sensitive. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm sure I've made many mistakes over the years, but I'm learning. I'm always trying to be better. So when I'm looking at the money that I want to bring in, I need to make sure that I have the budget to keep developing myself, not just getting to the end of the week going, right, everybody's got food on the table, brilliant, and I've paid the bills, lovely, we're done. I want a bit more flexibility. Next year, I want a really good holiday. We want to move house. Like, there's so many things that are happening at the moment. So making sure that you're in the mix. So when you're considering your pricing and your packaging, make sure you've got that bandwidth, that you can be in the mix. This is not just about chugging more and more hours out. This is about you making sure that you are working at your optimum. And that doesn't have to be like some kind of sports athlete, but feeling really good in what you are doing. So if you are getting that niggle, Nikki, I think it might be time to up my prices and look at things in a different way, come on over to my free video training. It's all about pricing and packaging. It will be really useful. It'll give you a bit of a checklist, although it's all in video form, and really help you work out what you need to do next. Equally, if you are getting to the point where you're like, yeah, I need to look at this because I don't feel, actually, there's a better way that I could do this, do download my pricing and packaging course. It's all there available for you. Equally, if you prefer to do this face-to-face, in person, I have one-off opportunities as well. So I would love to hear from you as always. And if you've got any questions, do let me know. hello@nickiraby.com, NICKYRABY, in case you're worried about the spelling. And that's it for now. Please rate, review, subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye.